Hi everyone and welcome back to Diamond Paintings with Mike. Nearly said bold Mike there. But we are going to be doing another little session here, 30 minutes on the clock starting now, and let's get moving. So we have, it's been quite a busy hour or so, because I've just been waiting for the previous video to upload, and this is uploaded now. Got a permission, I got a letter from my landlord, because, hang on a minute, I got a permission from my landlords because the lovely Peter Webster is a former, he does like pets and all that, and I am looking into getting a gecko, which is a type of lizard, and it's not a bit, people think geckos are the same as a bearded dragon, and they're not. They're two different species, and I've always wanted a gecko, so I had to, because for some reason with my landlord we have to ask permission. Even though it's got a garden, we still have to ask permission. Not that you would put a gecko in the garden, but I have just got a response from Caroline. As you can see here, it says, permission for pets as per your recent request, confirm we have granted permission for a pet gecko. So yeah, I get myself a gecko. So very, very excited. So I've now got to try and hunt around for, I've got to get a tank, because I need to check if you need a license and that as well, because I'm not sure. I know you can get pet geckos in pet shops, but I've got the permission, that's the first phase, but then I need to go through and see who do I contact about the license, because apparently some things like snakes or that, so apparently Peter was saying you need licenses, but I don't really know how you do that, so I'm going to have to speak to the pet shop about that and say, because obviously they're probably the ones who will know all that. So the next phase is to get a heated tank, because obviously geckos like the heat, so you need a heat mat or a heat lamp, and yeah, be getting that. Geckos they like to eat real insects. They won't eat dead things, so they like, because they're a desert animal, so they like to eat live prey, so you need to make sure that you feed them real stuff. They like crickets and all that sort of thing, but just fantastic news. I've got a similar permission for goldfish. I want to get some goldfish as well, because they're quite easy to keep. The only bit that's daunting is cleaning out the tank and that, because our tank blew up at Witham. My relative's got this big bulky, it looks like the tank with all the tentacles that oh, what's his name? What's that character in Marvel that's got all the tentacles on him? Octane, is it, or something like that? So obviously that blew up because one day all the fish were dead, and we couldn't work out why they all died. But it turns out that somehow something got into the pump, maybe it was dirty or something, and it killed the lot. So yeah, but the only ones that survived were the long sort of snake fish things that look a bit like an eel. So that's why the video that I posted on the other channel hasn't got any fish in it, because we had to drain it and it's supposed to clean itself, and we had to clean the whole thing out, and it flooded all the floor, and oh man, it was a nightmare. And there's me trying to watch the Queen going into the vault while they're trying to do this. So yeah, so that's good news. I've got the permission for that now, because everything here you have to ask permission. But I'm a little bit annoyed because I asked for a dog, you know, because I like dogs and that, and apparently it was denied. Apparently cats and dogs are not allowed on the premises. Okay, so why is it the man down the end of the path, along adjacent to me on the opposite side, has got a dog then? And she went, oh, we're going to investigate that, and we'll look into that, because they come around. We've got something called a neighbourhood coordinator. So as you can see here, I don't know if you can see that, but it's neighbourhood coordinator, and what they do is basically like living in a bloody care home over here. They treat it like some places. When I used to live in Bramble Court in Witham, you had a warden that stayed there overnight for any help that you needed, and they have a staff bed. And they don't have any staff beds here, but it just feels like it's like a camp. It feels like you're on like an army camp or something. So the neighbourhood coordinators deal with anything that's, you know, out of the ordinary, if you like. So I passed it over to her, and I said, well, that's not fair. You know, why is he allowed a dog and I'm not? So she's going to investigate that when she comes round on her next visit, because, you know, that's not fair. So yeah, I've got to keep an eye out for a tank now, so be pretty good. And all my sister keeps going on about is terrapins. She wants terrapins, and I don't think there's anything else she wants. She's got rabbits, she got that. That's not good enough, you know, and now she wants terrapins. But her point was, you know, I could see why she raised it, because we've had so many fish throughout the years, and I'll tell you a story in a minute. We've had so many fish throughout the years, and, you know, it would be nice to have a change. And terrapins can live for ages, but it's very different. A turtle or a tortoise does not go in the water, whereas a terrapin does. I saw this horrible video. The snake got inside the tortoiseshell and tried to eat it, and the power of the jaws of the tortoise snapped on it, and you saw the snake like slither out. It was almost like it got stung. That's the sort of speed it went. I've never seen a snake go inside a shell before. That's quite interesting. I've seen tortoises without a shell, and it looks pretty awful. But yeah, so we had this fish once, and it belonged to me as a kid, going back donkey's years. And all of a sudden, this fish, we were cleaning out the fish, and it jumped out the pot. And it fell down the back of, this is a true story, I'm not making it up. It fell down the back of the freezer. So obviously we didn't know until the last minute, because we couldn't find it. So we're looking around, and we heard something flapping, and we looked behind the freezer, and it was there, but it was rock hard. It literally, the colder of the freezer, it was rock hard. So we quickly put it into water that was already standing, because obviously you can't put fish into water straight away. You have to allow 24 hours for that water to stand, or they'll die, because there's chlorine in the water. So this water that was standing over 24 hours for the chlorine to evaporate, we put it in there, and to my surprise, obviously this fish has got stuck behind there, and oh no, that's British gas. Oh well, I can't do it now. This fish got stuck behind the freezer, but obviously there was dust and all that down there, and it got attached to newspapers. Somehow a newspaper fell down there, and not a whole one, like bits of it, and yeah, it got attached to that. So we put it in the water, and then I couldn't believe it. Within about 2 minutes, it was swimming around again, rock hard, swimming around. I could not believe it. So it survived, and yeah, I think we had it for about 7 days, and then it finally died. Never forget that. You know, the old-fashioned days where you would win a fish at a fairground, and that's really annoying. I've waited like over an hour. They said, right, we'll call you back, because I've got this complaint at the moment, and I've issued a complaint, and they've offered me £60. But the other aspect of the claim is they're trying to get my meter to swap over to a credit meter, rather than go through this keep topping up all the time. And they said we need to run up something to do with get the meter readings, but they can change it remotely, but they need to make sure the account's up to date or something. So they said, well, we'll give you a call back once we get through. And I thought, well, I'll wait an hour. They didn't call. And then I thought, I guarantee you, as soon as I start doing this, they'll ring. And what happened? They started to ring. But, you know, at the end of the day, I don't do calling, so I can't believe that. All that time waiting, and they choose to ring when I'm doing this. But, you know, I can't keep waiting and waiting and waiting. I need to try and get this finished, so guess I'll have to call them back, or he might leave me a voicemail and call me back, but I don't know why they can't just do it automatic. So yeah. So yeah, this is what I love about Whip and Chat. Whip and Chat, it gives you things to talk about, and it really just gives you something to really discuss. As I said, with building models, you're just basically guiding people how the parts go together. But with Whip and Chat, it gives you really something to talk about. So yeah, it's quite good. It's been quite busy actually today. Still waiting for Royal Mail to pick this package up. And then I phoned the office because I had to let my manager know that I can't get in tomorrow. And yeah, went through to voicemail. So at least I've tried, you know, I can't do much more than that. So they'll, you know, they're probably not happy, but you know, I'm not going to get on a bus. I hate getting on buses because they drive so slowly. Apologies if it sounds like I'm moaning. I say it how it is. That's how I work. And I just drag and drag and drag, and it feels like you're never getting there. But it's lovely because the route they take from Braintree to Whittam, they go past Wyvales and down the back end, like all round. You know where Wyvales is sort of like there in Braintree. They go round the roundabout, but down the road that goes down the back, and then it comes out at Whittam near Templars Junior School. So that's the road they take in, because that road, if you come down here, that road down there will go to Rickstones Academy. If you go straight up, it goes to Templars. So yeah, it's pretty good. So yeah. But this road they take, he really put his foot to the floor, you know. It was, I felt, oh my God, this is lovely. It was so fast. I had the top deck view. Everyone loves it, don't they? Everyone has to go to the top deck view of the bus. And it's always nice when you get a double decker without that stupid safety bar in the middle. Because as a kid, I used to have to like look over it. But without that safety bar in the front, because obviously if the bus, you know, has an accident, that bar is to stop you going right through the top window. And I was reading a bit of the Route Master magazine yesterday, 130, because I've moved it to Agora now. And there was a section in it that said something about, there was this double-decker, issue 130, there's this Harry Potter double-decker bus. And apparently it was red, but they changed it to purple for the Harry Potter event or something. And it was added an extra, they added so many extra windows. And then after the event, it was changed back to its usual colour just in time for it to end its service. And there's a gold bus and 2 red buses that go on their last journey. This is what I like about Harshets. You get a bit of the story with it. With Agora and D'Agostini, they don't do that. But D'Agostini has just started to do that with the Ford GT, I believe. Is it the Ford GT? No, Valentino Rossi it was. On the old one, they never had that, because when I got my Valentino Rossi magazine, I was like, oh my God, they've done like a bit of a history behind it. But yeah, it's, I think that's what people want. People want to see the history behind the vehicle and that. So, hang on, I've got to sneeze. Do apologise, guys. Could you imagine it? I sneeze on, I sneeze on the hip and the drills go flying. And then I was showing my friend, you know, who I watch on YouTube, some of my cross stitches, and she was like, are you going to start them soon? And I really would like to, so I thought I'd send them over, see if she likes them and that, because she does cross stitch as well, and she really liked them, so that was good. Can't believe I've missed that call. That's aggravating now, because it's going to push the complaint back. But I'll log on and I'll put a note on there saying that I don't want, you know, I can do, because they don't necessarily have to do that during the complaint. They could shut that complaint down, pay me the 60 quid, and I could raise the mode change with them at a later date. Do you see what I mean? It's just ridiculous. And then I've got a phone call, someone's phoning me at 5 to 5 tonight, and I'm trying to get out of this meeting because I don't want to attend it. But it's like a management thing, like all the employees have to go on a phone call thing, but it's like they're doing it individually. They used to do it on Teams, but for some reason they're doing it individually. So 5 to 5 for a 5-minute appointment on the phone. But it's nice because I managed to I said, well, look, can we do it on the phone then? I don't really like doing the phone, but if it saves me having to go out to an appointment, because I've got to go all that way for a 5-minute appointment. Do you see what I mean? So I'd rather do it as an exception on the phone. Because as you know, I don't like using the phone. I like to text or email. So yeah. So that's going to be interesting. I'm trying to... I'll just pretend I'm like, you know, I was a bit ill or something. You know, I don't like phoning up. Then they're like, oh, but we'll book it again, and I'm like, okay, but I'll try and find another excuse. But she's alright. Deborah's pretty good. Because I've got my manager, but my manager's manager is yeah, I'm not going there. She is not nice. She's not one of us, let's put it that way. She is a nasty piece of work, if you ask me. And she brought this bowl in once, it was like a fruit bowl, to the office. And she goes, right, don't touch this, you don't touch it. If it breaks, you're paying for it, don't touch it. But she spoke to us as if we were like speaking in a different, like we were foreigners, like we were in a different accent. Do you see what I mean? So she spoke to us in a way that wasn't like, as if we were like talking in a different language. So I don't deal with her no more. I put a complaint in against her, and I deal with the manager that's her manager. Because I have a manager, but my manager has her manager, but then her manager has her manager, and then her manager has the operations director, and it don't go any higher than that, I think. No, he has a boss called Katie, and then it goes to probably the CEO, I don't know. But yeah, I was like, you know when you're grinding your teeth and you really want to say something back, and you're like, you've got to bite your tongue on it, because otherwise you'll get into trouble by it and probably lose your job and that. But I really felt like saying something back, and I thought, in a minute I'm going to blow, so you better get out my sight. Meaning, you know, go out the door and don't go home, you know. Because, you know, we expect it. It's almost like one rule for one and one for the other, you know. They can all go around texting each other, yet we have to go through a certain phone, we have to phone up. That's not right. If you're allowed to text, then so can I. Do you see what I mean? So, I'm looking forward to this court hearing on the, when was it? The 19th of January. It's going to be fun. Can't wait. Because I've got quite a lot of stuff on them. We're so sorry we underpaid it. Yeah, rubbish. You're doing it every month. That ain't normal. 1 or 2 months, yeah, but not every month. How can you miss someone's wages out every month? And it's not just like 50p. It's like 100 plus every single time. So I'm like, do you know what? I'm taking it further. So yeah, so it's looking really good now. We've got browns and reds in there, so pretty good. It's another overcast day today, so we're probably going to lose daylight. But this is nice because we're now getting, this is sort of like the edge of the pumpkin. It's quite funny on here. I've got a troll that watches my channel, and it doesn't matter what I do, whatever I do, there's always a dislike. And what that I've discovered is they're doing it on my other channel as well, and quite bizarrely on the Eddie Stobart they don't do it. So I think I'm 10 times convinced I know who it is. But this type of person, if I say it's not been disliked on that video, they'll then go and dislike it. So I'm convinced who it is, because they've YouTube don't tell you who it is, but from what I'm seeing in the patterns, I know who it is doing it. But it's just laughable, because it doesn't matter what I do, there's always like dislike, 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 and I'm like, it's engagement to the channel, thank you. Because as I said, like, don't let trolls bother you, you know. if you see it, no one likes the dislike button. As I started off YouTube, it used to really get to me, and I'm thinking, why do I keep getting dislikes? Is it, you know, perhaps there's something wrong with the video? And then as time has gone on, I've learned to deal with it, and I know that, you know, it's interaction to your channel. So even if you get a dislike, don't take it negatively, because it gives you interaction to your channel and they're helping your channel out. That's what they don't get. And there's no way of disliking it without even opening up the video. So even that opening up of the video, because to get that video, you've got to click on the video to get that open. So even that click is a second interaction to your channel. So yeah, I just think it's laughable, you know. But what I can assure you is, the person who's doing it, I will never ever speak to them again, because you know, oh, it's not me, yeah, rubbish, it is you, you are doing it, don't lie, you know. So I know who's doing it, which is quite funny, because as I said, they made a big slip up on my other channel. I've got various channels because I'm trying to split it, and that I had the Lamborghini up, and at the time there was only this specific person and another person, and the other person always likes the videos, so I knew straight away it weren't her. Hang on a minute, I'm getting confused here. So that was G, so we'll move that into there. So yeah, I knew straight away it weren't her, and yeah, because she always likes it, she's in America. And this other person that subscribed, I knew straight away when the dislike went on. I thought, right, got ya, I know who it is. So yeah, but as I said, what I'm trying to say is, don't let, you know, negativity, there's constructive criticism, and then there's just bit trolling. So this is one of the reasons why every comment, regardless, goes into help for review. It allows me to go, right, yes, I'll accept that, or no, I won't accept that. So please don't take, you know, please don't take, what I'm trying to say is, please don't, if I don't respond to you, then that, you know, just, if I don't respond to you, then that, you know, it is what it is, because it's a way of tackling trolls. I don't normally, I had a comment the other day about various ways you can hold the hook of crochet, but that channel didn't have content, and as a rule, if your channel don't have content, I won't subscribe to it, because I've done that before on my crafting channel, and I've given them a moderator role, and then they turned into a troll and start spamming me with links. So I removed that. What's the word for it? That luxury, if you like, and they got blocked. I don't put up with. It's about tightening that belt. So, one, the 3 things you can do to like prevent trolls is, number 1, lock off all your view counts, because that way that troll cannot see how many likes you're getting, how many dislikes you're getting. That's key, number 1. Number 2, put all your comments into help for review. What that allows you to do is, it allows you to control the comments, so if you get a spam link, it won't automatically be approved. So that is key number 2. Key number 3 is, don't accept any channels that don't have content. Chances are they're a fake account, they are trolling you. Not all the time. There are cases where some people just generally don't have videos, but not all the time. But that is my key 3s. So that, you know, and it's about tightening that belt a little bit further. And I guarantee you, I predict in years to come, that dislike button will eventually go. It is something that a lot of people want ditching. So eventually that button will go, but they won't. There's been talk about this for various years, but they won't get rid of it, because apparently it helps out with how your videos are doing and stuff like that, and it tells YouTube how your video is progressing or stuff like that. So yeah, that's how I deal with it, and I'm just so used to it now, so it just don't really bother me. Sorry, but it don't. But I do want to all crumbs. We're coming up to, we'll just finish this line because we're coming up to 5 past. But I do want to do a little bit of tuppence away. I do want to do a little bit of I can't remember now, it's gone blank. But I was looking at the doll's house yesterday to see if I could move that along a bit, and unfortunately we can't. We could do a bit of the wheelbarrow, you know, that issue that's got the carrots with it, but the other half of that is like doing walls and that. But that's where we are, guys. We're looking really good. Let's turn the light off and look at that. We've got some lovely colours in that, really lovely splash of colours actually, darks, reds, you know, it's like that. There's an apple you can get, and it's really dark red. I can't remember the name of it, but yeah, it's really looking lovely. I still personally think that that is the cat's tail, because if you look at it, it looks like it's laying there, but then when you've got that part there, it looks like a little hat that it's wearing. It's not actually resembling a stalk. It looks more like a hat because it's got like that triangle effect. But that's where we are, guys. Don't worry about these jewels here. I do tend to push them out the way, and then we'll correct it when we get nearer to that. But please remember to like, share and subscribe. If you like what you see, please tap the bell notification and subscribe to the channel. It's totally free of charge. If you want to get this painting for yourself, check out the link in the description below the video. If you fancy buying me something, you want to get me a diamond painting gift, these can be sent to the address in the comment spot, you know, in the video description. Please be advised that you're not obliged to send me a gift, but you can if you wish, and all gifts are greatly appreciated and will feature on the channel. So please remember to like, share and subscribe. I will see you tomorrow at the usual time of 7:30. Have a lovely day ahead and see you next time. Bye.